The Sam Houston Bearcats. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, here with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get this thing rolling. The Bearcats will kick it off to get us underway. He'll bring it out. It's Evans. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So the Warhawks offense will get the ball first. As we take a quick look at the impact players for today's game, what players did you guys look to for motivation to make an impact during your playing days, Jesse?
Well, it was the guys we relied on each and every week. We came into the season expecting these types of guys to be our biggest weapons, and every week those were the guys that had to deliver for us in order to have success.
And it's just fun to have those guys that are consistent. Like, they lead by example, then they start to learn their voice and lead the team. But every week, guys that you can count on. They punch the clock, and they're hard workers.
Finds a spot in the middle. Still running at the 40. And he's brought down after a huge completion. Apparently, line number one on the game plan, attack. Immediately.
And this quarterback, he smelt it. He knew he had an opportunity. This is a guy who loves taking shots any chance he has. You saw it on that first play.
He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Rides the back and leaves it. They'll give him a couple that leaves him with 3rd and 8.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
The quarterback just needs to settle down. He looks like he's just too excited right now. He had his receiver wide open down the field and just put way too much mustard on that throw, overthrowing an open guy. That should have been 6.
And these late-night crowds are so much fun. They're so into it, so much energy in this building. And the visiting team drives down the field. Tell you what, drive stalls out a little bit, but they quieted this place a little bit by getting 3 and starting this game off on the right foot.
The Bearcats offense has the ball for the first time. And Jesse, this is going to be a fun test. This receiver, if you leave him in man coverage, you might be in for some trouble.
And so when you get him in the one-on-ones, you got to throw his way. He's a really good route runner. He can catch the football. And then when the defense decides to double cover him, take him away, that's when you go somewhere else with the football. Or you run. The balance in this offense, based on how they play him, I think is big today.
Yeah, and that's what you've got to do as a defense. Sometimes you double team him, sometimes you play zone, or mix it up, give different looks, because he is a guy. He's shown the ability to burn your defense and make big plays.
Crosses the 30 to the 31 and a 6-yard pickup. And the Bearcats line up, trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. Now on the option. He just has a nose for those little crevices to be able to find space, and he picks up the
was very lucky. That easily could have ended up in the hands of the defense. You have got to do a better job with ball security.
Man.
The Bearcats trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. After run, now throw.
And the defense gets a sack.
So you're just not going to block, huh? Just going to stand there and look.
Be the big determining factor in this football game. A week ago, he only got sacked one time. They've already got him on the ground. If they want to win this football game, they got to keep getting after the quarterback.
Blasted as he lets it go.
And that's why you always want to be pursuing the football. QB's scrambling, he rolls out to the right, but don't quit if you're on defense. Get somebody after the QB. They got to him, they hit him, and forced the incompletion.
He'll take it on the return. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. UL Monroe has it back in the offense, ready to go to work. So they've put up some early points and now to build on this 3-0 lead. Missed receiver there, it's incomplete.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open, and that's why that one fell incomplete.
They'll go back to the air on second down. Got his man quickly, and the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. Third and short now from their own 48. From the gun, wants to pass. Makes the grab. Third down conversions are huge, and they've got one in there at the 35. Looking for a productive play on first down. The give from the gun. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. The give on the option.
Oh, hell no, man.
And they make the tackle, but the official has tossed his flag.
Illegal block in the back. Offense.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Second down coming up. Wide receiver comes in motion. Back to pass. Got it set up on the outside. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground cover to pick up the first. This offense looking at a third down after that last completion. From the gun, wants to pass. Catch in the middle, it's Johnson. They bring him down, but the big play will move.
Y'all better get right, man.
And that's a really good example of a quarterback and his intended target both being on the same page. The timing was almost perfect on that play. That's why they were able to convert the third down, now setting up first and goal.
And he must have felt like there were 15 guys on defense, and he dodged a bunch of them in the backfield, but still knocked down for a loss. And the D deny them on 2nd and goal. Wants to go up top. Max got it. He's all the way down to the 2-yard line. Just spectacular execution there.
I like the aggressiveness by this defense. You've got to play tight on the wide receivers. There's not a lot of space on the field. You've got to be aggressive, and you've got to make plays.
They were all over him. Nowhere to go as that third down play turned into a disaster.
All right, you've now tried running the ball down here a couple times. It hasn't worked. What are you going to do on fourth down? Are you settling for a field goal? Or you've got to play in your back pocket to go get you 6?
6. It's dropped, and oh, what a tough way to end this drive. And that decision will be questioned for a while. The Bearcat offense ready to go back to work. They didn't get much done the last time they had it, and to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. Pushes his way for a couple and gets it to the 7-yard line.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Turning it on! Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving. You give them the back in the game in the second quarter.
Sam Houston.
So after the break, they'll go back to work. Here comes the option. Oh, there's a loose football on the bad pitch. They recover their own fumble.
Something is
How in the
wrong
world
with this
did the
gameplay.
offense avoid that disaster? The Bearcats with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Goes to the option. Push down for the tackle.
And that quarterback can
Good. Ain't
just
no
another
way.
guy in another system all across college football. All quarterbacks nowadays, they got so much speed, it's ridiculous.
Man, I'm telling you, that has to be exhausting for the defensive lineman trying to chase down guys like that.
This is silly because even when it's a design play, it's a design run like here, fine. But then it's scramble plays, and then it's passing plays. He's always a runner, just exhausting.
Pulls it in. It's Makuba. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down.
I like the slot receiver because he gives his quarterback a good option working the middle of the field. He's a nice weapon in this offense.
And the Bearcats with a second and short to keep this drive moving. Turns it on in midfield. Great job by this savvy senior to know when he just needs to move the sticks with his feet.
Proving it time and time again, man. He has that feel. He obviously has the ability to pick up and put him down and go get first downs, but I think the timing of when to scramble and when not to scramble, he's really got that figured out, and you can tell it's going to be a big part of the game.
It's a really nice job of the offense mixing it up on this drive. We've seen some nice plays throwing it, and how about that one running it too? Great push up front.
Pulled down after a nice run, and they're in the red zone at the 19. And the Bearcats can really attack on this second and short. He'll ride his man on the option. He'll pitch it. Breaks him to be open. Gets out of bounds after the big play, and they'll be set up in business with a first and goal. The Bearcats pounded the rock to move the sticks. Now back to work. Let's go. On the option. He'll do it himself. Now the toss. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Bruh.
And that just looked off. The timing, the rhythm, I don't know what it was, but usually that option, man, it's so precise, right? Like, really quickly making a read, and you could tell they weren't on the same page. It went absolutely
Touchdown, Bearcats! How about this back staying on track and getting it in on the option? Well, they started with horrible field position, but ended with perfect field position in the middle of the end zone.
It all comes down to execution. So you've got to have guys going out and doing their jobs. You saw the offensive line out front. They were physical. Skilled players made it happen with the ball in their hands, and the quarterback really showed command on that last drive.
Lining up to add another. And the extra point is good, and it's a 4-point lead. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Guys, let's take a look at what's happening in a great college football matchup. Northern Illinois is currently trailing in this one, but it feels like the tide may be turning. These Huskies have picked themselves up before, and they're capable of it again today. They're trailing by just 4 to Georgia State. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin.
How's he always open?
Just gashing this defense. A big gainer to the 40-yard line. This offense has been sluggish, to say the least, but finally they're on the move on 1st and 10. Gives it on the option. Brings a tackle, and he's got room. Just making a play, getting it to the 23-yard line. It'll be first down. They moved the chains on the ground last time. Let's see if they try to hit him up top. Got it! And he will score! Touchdown, UL Monroe!
quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride. So he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone. That was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The Bearcat offense ready to go back to work. They're still looking for a little more productivity as they trail 10-7. He'll pull it on the read. There he goes! And he put his foot in the ground and turned it upfield and turned it into a big play. Great decision to keep it.
And that's what makes this offense so dynamic. It's his running ability, and I love them going option here. He's hoping the defense is going to give him a look that forces him to keep the football and out his ability in the open field, generating a massive explosive play on that option run.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. To the ground with the back. And the defense.
Get your ass out of here, man. Go sit down. Until you learn to run the ball, there ain't nothing wrong with you. Sit down for a minute.
Firm, no pickup at all on that play.
You learn.
You know, the runner just has to have a little bit more patience. Bounce that thing outside a little too early, and as a result, lost yards.
Quarterback on the keeper. Got room to work. Gets the sticks, and he may get more.
Really tired of how it looks.
A big play as this offense in business. Whistle blows, and this is the 2-minute timeout, and these guys have a chance to take the lead before halftime. And the Bearcats getting set on 1st and 10. They'll try the run. They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, but be decisive, stick your foot in the ground,
Like they
pick up 3 or 4, and we are not going to complain.
Ball's at the 26. It's 3rd and short, and they'd love to pick up the 1st down and avoid settling for the field goal. Oh, he's got a chance. The chains will move, and they'll have 1st and 10 from inside the red zone at the 18. The Bearcats kept this drive moving on the ground. Now back to work. They'll send the back in motion. He'll toss it. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
This offense is perfectly fine with a little gain because they're going to make you tackle this all game long. They're going to make you think all game long. So they'll keep running it ad nauseum and just wait for that one opportunity when you don't do your assignment.
And he's very fortunate to get it back to the line of scrimmage, greeted by a sea of defenders. We got a timeout here late in the 1st half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Here's the pressure, and here's a fumble way behind the line. Oh, the fumble, and the defense got it right down the gut of the field. Touchdown, Warhawks! The defense putting points on the board.
You always hear coaches harping on their quarterbacks to keep 2 hands on the ball. That time, he got hit. The ball came free. Right into the defender's hands, and he makes them pay, taking it back all the way for a score.
17, Sam Houston, 7.
On the run from inside his own 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Offense has enough time to get off a play before we head to the half. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Quarterback doing what he does best. He can move. He'll be brought down, and that's the final play of the half. And the Warhawks will kick it off to start the second half.
17. Sam Houston, 7.
From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. The Bearcat offense ready to go back to work. Down 2 possessions to start this third quarter. They'd love to build some early momentum.
You ain't lying, because you only got so many possessions here in the second half, so now you're down. I got to maximize every single one, put your best plays together, start this drive off on a good note.
Yeah, it starts right here. Obviously, you can't get it all back on this drive, but you can create that momentum. You can create something special and some energy, but it's going to start with this offense here executing at a high level.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. That's caught. It's Nicky. Building momentum, picking up a chunk of yardage, moving the chains out to the 34. 1st and 10 for the offense. Fired that thing out in a heartbeat, but it's incomplete.
Hopefully that's not going to affect the quarterback's confidence going back to this guy later. That was a catch he should have made. He dropped it. Let's see what the QB does moving forward.
Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. Incomplete thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm.
There's an example of what happens when the quarterback doesn't have a chance to set his feet. The pressure just forced him to have to work off schedule a little bit. And I think because of that, wasn't able to be as accurate as he wanted to be.
The freshman called his own number and kept this drive moving.
And how about the awareness by this guy on 3rd down, a scramble play. Everything's breaking down, but he never panics. And also knows exactly where he needs to get to pick up that 1st down. It's 3rd. I can't slide early. I can't run out of bounds. I'm probably going to have to put my body on the line here and take a big hit and risk that to get this 1st. That's a big-time leadership play by the quarterback.
Back open in the middle. Just what this offense was looking for. Sets him up at the 26 for the 1st down. Quarterback by himself in the backfield. Quarterback may change this route. Wants to throw on 1st down. Takes a hit as he fires.
What was that?
Just a little off. Incomplete.
All right, you've dug yourself a little bit of a hole offensively.
What was
you're going
that?
to have to throw it here in the second half. You're going to have to make sure, though, you do a better job up front with your pass pro. You got to keep your quarterback standing upright.
And he got a hand in there. Knocks it away. Incomplete.
Well, nice job by the defense here in back-to-back plays. 2 straight incompletions. You've given up some yards, and the opponent's in field goal range. This is a place a lot of D coordinators like to send the blitz.
Oh, he's got some space. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a 1st down.
Well, you wonder if one of the adjustments they made at halftime, trailing in this game, was to try and get the ground game established, David. They're off to a good start here.
Dang right. Stay patient. You don't have to worry about it. You don't have to press. Just try to get scoring drives together. Don't abandon the run.
And the defense at this point understands that the offense is going to have to try to throw the football, all right? They already got a lead, so they're now pinning their ears back and getting after this guy, trying to get him to the ground.
They were really starting to put a drive together. And after a couple of incompletions, now they need a big play on 3rd and 10. From the gun, wants to pass. Pucks it out in the air. They make the stop at the 2, but he's got enough to give them a 1st and goal. The Bearcats didn't start this drive with great field position. And he runs it and scores. Touchdown, Bearcats!
It's just so nice to have a single guy who can make plays through the air and make plays with his feet like this. Runs in for the touchdown. The defense knows I have to account for him every play. That's my quarterback.
Why not double the try total and go for 2? Let's go! Trying to surge it in. Stop short. They'll bring him down at the 1. He just couldn't get it in. They want to try to pull even right now as they're going for the onside kick here in the 3rd. And in that scramble, they're going to come out of there with the football, and they get the onside kick and take possession right back. Power football with the run. You'll take 4 yards.
reason why they're down on the scoreboard right now is they just haven't been able to get this guy going. They've tried to give him the ball a lot. It just hasn't paid off, but...
Turning it on! He'll go out of bounds inside the 40. They'll mark it at the 39.
And this defense has to be so disciplined. Like, you just got to understand, I can't all go for the quarterback. And too much attention on the quarterback. We didn't play the pitch really well. That's why this offense is really hard to stop.
They make the stop right at the 30-yard line, but it's a 10-yard pickup and a first down. The Bearcats come to the line with a fresh set of downs. They'll ride the hot hand. And how about that play by that giant, that mountain of a man on the defensive front? Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Now they'll run it on the toss. Strong run, picks up 6 down to the 22-yard line. And the Bearcats come to the ball trying to pick up this 3rd and short. Sends it back in motion. They'll run the option. Now the toss. That defensive front just flat whipped them as they knock him down for a big loss. So the offense is going to go for it on 4th down. On the option. He'll keep it himself. He'll toss it. And they'll ride him down, but not before he picks up the first down. How about the timing on that pitch? And the Bearcats pounded the rock to move the sticks now back to work. They'll go to the ground. Brought down, but not before he bowled his way inside the 10 to the 8. Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone. Is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Takes this handoff and headed to the right. Gets it inside the 5, down to the 4. It'll be 1st and goal. The Bearcats kept this drive moving on the ground. Now back to work. They'll dial up the run at 1st and goal. He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line.
And I tell you what, I love the run game down here. I love being able to give it to a back and be able to trust him. Listen, he didn't have any touchdowns on the season, so I know he's wanting to punch one in. And down here, giving me the opportunity. Let me prove myself, so I love the big fella getting the football.
Well, they try to go quarterback sneak, and I know to a lot of people that's a play we all take for granted, like it always works. Quarterback sneaks are designed to get just 1 inch. Somehow you've got to come up and do it. But the defense there, David, they bowed up and stopped them.
Did a great job. Listen, everybody knows what's coming. You know it's a quarterback sneak. It's still hard as heck to stop.
What the
fuck? The defensive line.
Get the ball in the end zone, man!
Don't push you back.
How hard is that?
What do you see with linebackers? A lot of times they come flying in there, making the stop. But a nice stop by this defense, expecting the quarterback sneak.
And this one is perfect. That brings them to within 1. We've reached the end of the period, and it's Louisiana Monroe out front. They've built a cushion. They've got a nice lead. Now the task is finish the deal as you take a look at the 3rd quarter stats. Kicker has everything lined up and about set to get this one underway. And he'll return it and try to get behind his blockers. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Guys, we'll see what this Warhawk offense can get done this time. They'll run it from the gun. Finding an escape.
What the fuck, man?
It's a seam wide open. He's inside the 40. And I wasn't sure they were going to be able
What
to
is
catch
going
him.
on?
They finally did, but they gave up a huge play.
Well, that's called paying off good field position. You've got the lead here late in the game. You've got the ball back. You're on your opponent's side of the 50, and on your very first play, you break off a long run. This defense right now is playing on their heels late.
And when you're down later in the football game, you got to start taking some chances. And that was a beautiful run blitz. Great job playing the probability, understanding it might be a run to run some.
Y'all got to get in
and make
here.
a big play for this defense.
Well, you haven't seen a lot of incompletions from this guy now in his last 2 games out. Completed over 70% of his throws last week. He's doing it again in this game. As a head coach, you got to love the fact that your quarterback is dialed in.
Quick completion on the out. He steps out of bounds, but he's got enough for a first down. The Warhawks are marching down the field. Cricket. They'll leave it with him. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, UL Monroe. Follow the blockers. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
The Bearcat offense ready to go back to work. Had to settle for the chip shot field goal last time, Jesse. They'd love for this one to pay off bigger.
Yeah, it just comes down to execution, too. Did a nice job out in the field, stalled a little bit once they got into the goal line, so they just need to be a little bit more crisp here.
Yeah, and listen, I think the first part was the most important part. You got to put the drive together first to get down there. Now, when we get down there, focus on execution and getting 6 points.
And the defense makes the stop after a minimal gain.
Run the ball.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Looking to fire. Gonna try to get it himself. The freshman called his own number and kept his drive moving.
It's going to be tough on this defense containing this guy because he's got that sixth sense to get outside the pocket, and at that point, he's throwing it and hurting you, or you can take off and run. That time able to get the first down. Big challenge for the defense moving forward.
And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. Empty backfield, 5 wide receivers on 2nd and 6. Back to pass. Quickly complete. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there.
This slot receiver is a guy the defense has to be careful of. He runs good routes, he's got some speed, and if you're not careful, this guy can gash you.
Shotgun snap, wants to throw it on 3rd. Now he's going to break the pocket. Nice job to pick up the first down, and they'll spot it at the 42.
You got to keep drives alive late in the game. When you're starting to get in the 4th quarter and it's a 1-score game, you got to do whatever you can as that quarterback to scramble around, get extra plays, extra first downs. Really nice job there by QB.
And the Bearcats have it with a 1st and 10. Looking to throw on 1st down. They're setting up the screen. And it did not work. Defense smelled that one out from the beginning. They've got a really good drive going, but a little speed bump here at 2nd. No more time to throw.
You're going to fuck around and lose because y'all can't do nothing.
Quarterback is sacked at the 35.
And this is one of the things that makes this defense so tricky is they've got incredible speed at the inside linebacker position. Not only can they go sideline to sideline and run east-west, but they can run downhill on blitzes and they can get to your quarterback.
That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on 3rd down. On 4th down, going to the air. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. And they'll get him down after a solid return.
Y'all gonna lose because y'all can't do nothing.
Well, he started rolling to his right. Because of that, it allowed the defender some time to close the distance between himself and the intended target, and his speed got him to the point he was able to avoid the pin.
It's been like a delayed reaction all game.
He released the ball on that 1st down pass, and it never had a chance. Smart move to keep it on the ground. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. 2-minute timeout arrives, and this defense desperately needs to get the football back. This is a big 3rd down. If they can move the chains, they can just about salt this game away. From the gun, wants to pass. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. He gets it to the 38-yard line, and they'll pick up a fresh set of downs. This offense lines up feeling awfully good after that big play. Making sure they have good balance, keeping it on the ground. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. And the Warhawks now with a long way to go to pick up the 1st down. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. It'll be 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. He lofts it high and deep down the left side.
You got to love the rhythm this quarterback is in here on this drive, guys. 2 completions. He's seeing the safety rotation. That time, saw the one-on-one matchup he wanted, took his shot. He is in a groove.
The quarterback takes a knee. You know, there's no real reason to panic